Martin, calm down. I'll
This
have to
game,
find
I
them.
swear.
Yeah.
I don't know whether to be like angry or I'm just like,
There's some dumb moments.
yeah, and just like I don't like any of these characters except for Ella. Goddamn beat, and also I kind of like Grace because damn hips for days, she dummy thick.
True
Thighs.
I was just agreeing. True that.
Mm-hmm.
And in the words of Jay from the Cub Scouts, she has a booty so big that you can eat a Thanksgiving dinner on.
Yeah, Lloyd to get up. I'm sorry, but I'm very upset that I lost it. He almost beat the guy to death because of some baseball bat. Martin has anger issues.
No, really.
But
What gave it away?
with the fact that he's supposed to be calm as like he was calm as hell until the simple thing as his bat got chucked out.
No, his favorite bat.
Yeah. Also, I was just thinking about it because it's like bloody killer. I'm sitting here going, what? That's really fucking specific. Unless he accidentally murdered someone by beating the fuck out of them.
Probably.
But he nearly ignores his girlfriend's death. Martin, you are such a mystery. Lloyd, Martin, Grace, and I went upstairs. Ella stayed on the first floor to be guard. She wasn't a coward, but a nice girl. I saw her hand shaking. We followed the voice, which I kind of hear in my head. Of course, it guides us to the documents. My mind was full of thoughts and guessing of what was about to happen next. But still, the most interesting were the victims. The house, along with these guys, were just a box full of candies. They all had the chocolate skin and rotten soul sinking into bloody cream. Bones, teeth, and flesh revealed themselves to remind us about the past. Some people try to forget their horrible secrets, others put them in a jewel box and peek inside to remember their true selves. Some don't even try to hide their past. It's a centerpiece of their collection. They keep it safe in a glass jar and take care of it, wiping dust from it every day of the week, like Martin Grain. I know that he has a collection of such jars somewhere inside his dead heart. Death is not a tragedy for him. It is the reason of his existence. Oh, who wants to be she?
Howdy.
And you have the right version of the thing, as usual. I was always fond of your way of thinking. As I can read only your thoughts, you are my favorite book, Ashley.
Don't scream with my head. I'm not some stupid book.
But I have nothing else to do while these assholes are searching for the documents. Ashley! And the last story about the Midnight Curse was much better than this.
It's not for you to decide which story I should tell, and I'm so angry at you right now. We were in a serious shit because of your innovations. 2 monsters at a time? It was just the best idea. Thanks a lot. How am I supposed to kill them?
I thought that it would be bad to make the show more interesting, since otherwise I would be bored to death. You always kill them so easily. Boring. It's not some kind of boss in an RPG. You kill the one, the other dies. It's that simple.
Don't try to fool me, even if I... Ouch! My head struck the wall.
That was brilliant. You were too focused on this document, you didn't notice the wall. And that ouch of yours. Hilarious.
Go to hell. Who are you talking to? To the wall, I guess.
Here's the cabinet. I remember how I was looking for newspapers for the Doll Inquisition, but the room was empty.
Well, it isn't now.
We enter the cabinet.
Please tell me the deer head just starts singing, "Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine."
And then you just see the mouse with the long legs coming and dancing.
No kick line in. And then just
Yes.
outside against the second story window, you are lost and like gone forever. Dreadful sorry, Clementine.
Everything in this room hinted on some research, but most of it was theoretical, as there was no signs of experiments. The pile of paper rested on the table, and some files were scattered around the floor. Excuse me. Schemes and pictures were pinned to the wall, while a strange shelf with jars and medicines made me think of this place as a mad scientist lair. Can I also just say things pinned to the walls are newspaper clippings that are random and have no reason to be on the wall?
That we can see.
Well, it was also made in, it was made in Unity, so one of the walls was decorated with the deer's head, and above it a shotgun was hanging. Below it,
Rock salt, baby! Let's light this bitch up!
there's a door to a balcony in the room, but we couldn't open it. There's no way out. Lloyd panicked. He took the gun off the wall to point it at me.
Really, Lloyd?
It's not even dark, Lloyd.
Also, do you like my version of she, by the way?
Yes.
Did you like the sultry voice I used for the little kid silhouette? Because fuck, that thing is ageless. And then my little kid giggle.
What the hell are you doing? Where are they? What?
You got so fucking bitchy, schoolgirl. What the hell are you doing?
His voice is constantly changing for me.
That man has multiple personalities or some shit with the way you portray him.
Also, because I can't. I was trying to do a southern accent. I can't keep the fucking southern accent tonight.
Oh no.
What the hell are you doing? We're all in this shit together. I didn't pay attention to Lloyd's aggressive gesture towards me. I looked on the barrel of the gun and smiled wryly. I know this gun isn't loaded. You won't scare me, boy. I continued to examine the desk drawer and soon find the document and her newspaper. What's her favorite trick? The newspaper was empty for now, and in the document I could find the spell of the ghost materialization. I showed it to everyone. This will do just the thing, and we can use the gun for the monster, I think. Lloyd pinned his fingers in the gun like it was a lifeboat that would carry him away from the sea of nightmares. Not even close. It was just a weapon without ammo. Though in seconds, I gave him a pack of metal shells.
They're for hunting. If we hello voice mod. It is like pop. We are lucky if we could kill some game.
This isn't a store. Take this and be grateful. I took the knife, which was lying on the table. Such luck to find it here, I grinned.
Oh my god, is that Chara?
The knife cut my skin and a drop of blood followed its blade. The surgical precision, trying not to touch the veins, I carved the materialization spell. We all need to do that. Fucking. We all need to do that. That's what the ghost said. I nodded. Everyone carved the spell into their skin, but Grace. The girl hesitated to follow my example, but finally took off the bracelet, and then a knife appeared in her hand. Martin's face changed. What are you doing? Why did you take it off? Put it on. Put the thing on immediately, Grace.
What's wrong with you? I can't do it with my left hand.
That moment, Martin clenched Grace's hand and put the bracelet on her hand. Then he realized what he was doing. This bracelet brings luck. You'll have more chances to get out of here alive.
Maybe I should put it on. If Grace refuses.
You won't dare. Martin went to hit Lloyd, and he pulled the trigger. Martin dodged the shotgun, and the shell broke the glass of the medical shelf. Freaking asshole!
Hey, calm down, both of you. I don't give a shit about the bracelet right now.
The girl smashed the present on the floor and took the shotgun.
Lloyd, you idiot. You almost killed Martin. You should be more careful with that.
Lloyd looked very guilty, and Martin, as if nothing happened, took the bracelet and put it in his pocket. Never mind. Are you guys ready? Grace wiped the blood
Grace.
from her skin.
Okay. Yes. Now I'm ready.
We heard a scream and got past all of our disagreements at once. It was time for us to go down the stairs and face the danger.
Chick, chick, chick. Rip.
The scene that I saw was terrifying enough. Ella curled in fear beside the wall. The door was wide open. A creature was standing in the center of the hall. A little girl was hovering from behind. Her fingers seemed to squeeze invisible threads, the ends of which were sinking into the remains of the human flesh of the skeleton of Kate. Only now I noticed how chaotic and quick the movements of her head and body were. It was like a poorly staged play. I'll kill them all was the story so shockingly bad that it seemed the creature itself didn't know what to do with all these screeching teenagers. Oh yes, we had really screeched. Even me. It's hard to resist, as if someone yawns, very sticky and invocating thing. Kate, maybe there's something left of her still. Her wretched little soul, hanging in the webs of guts and blood, slowly approached Ella. She's shaking all over. It seems that she wanted to escape from the invisible cage, but could not. She wanted to run away, or on the contrary, to strangle Ellen, and Grace for winning the beauty contest. Her mouth hole reminded me of a crescent moon. The skeleton shouted as if to her fans. Kate.
Everybody's about to get fucked.
I could not understand you, so.
Hold on. It didn't work. Fuck. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me. I am here. Here I am. The real beauty queen. Oh wait, I have a perfect voice for this.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
Still you, Kate.
On my ball head burns the flame from the ground my fans. Come on, support me.
And then out of the empty eye holes, the two antennas showed up. The cockroaches ran out of her eye sockets, and the worms crept out of her ears. All of them chanted, "Kate, this is the world. Kate is queen of beauty. Beauty kills," one cockroach remarked. She killed Keith Grievous's. More precisely, her absence, noted the cockroach with the large
Antennae.
antennae. My mind put me somewhere else once again, I guess. Oh, my freaking imagination. Oh, what the hell are you doing? Quick, run to the other upstairs. Slowly, Martin ran down the stairs and pointed the gun at the creature. Now, that was one hell of a twist. Lloyd was dumbstruck. A minute ago it was him who held the gun, but now his hands were empty, his fingers were cold. Do you want to be picking lead out of your stomach, motherfucker? It seems that Martin wanted to finish him quick. I heard a click of the slide, and like a thunderclap, there was a deafening shot. The creature's face was half demolished. No, I'm sorry for that mistake. Half of the skull. There of course was some skin on it, but I still wouldn't call it a face. It couldn't be powdered. The creature backed away, but the girl behind her waved her arms, obviously urging the monster to kill Martin. Although the scene did immediately move my idea of controlling the threads of dark puppeteers to the darkest corners of my mind. Kate's skeleton opened her toothy, bony mouth, or rather what was left of it, and I thought that now the skull will crack, but no. All was good for the monster, of course. Martin was clearly not the one of those who can surrender. His hands seemed to have completely refused to see him as master. In general, they refused to be human. And like some kind of mechanism, they quickly started loading the gun and shooting. They were no longer led by Martin. That was not even the slightest certainty that anything remains of him. No, those fingers, these hands, and the whole limb that guided the idea of surviving at any cost. And everything would be fine. But these shots were so loud that it seemed as if Martin was standing right in my head, shooting at the monster, and even missed. Bastard. But all those damn bullets were piercing my skulls, making my head ache. I didn't know. Maybe I have a very sensitive nature. But he doesn't know it. Moreover, the monster doesn't know it either, and even if he did know, it wouldn't help the case. But at the moment when the shot broke through the could see the vertical spine of the monster, and my heart trembled. Martin nearly broke her damned locket, which for a moment flashed on the monster's neck. The object. I saw a lot of such objects in my short life. Medallions, necklaces, rings. No fantasy at all. They can barely be seen by the human eye and exist simultaneously in two worlds, ours and the other world. They let ghosts stay here. Humans must escort them to the door under the inscription exit. Meanwhile, it became hot in here, and it was time to join the fight. I look at everyone else. They're trembling like pigs in the pen, who suddenly granted a mind and realize that a butcher stands before them. We must help him. He'll run out of ammunition. Who knows when we'll need them? Don't just stand there, do something. I began pushing Lloyd from the stairs, but the guy didn't want to go to the battlefield. He clenched his fingers to the stairwell so firmly that I would need to cut his hands off to get him to move.
You insane? Stop this madness. Magic. Stop this madness, magic. He's the one with the gun.
His voice sounded threatening, but he was spooked, and he was shaking. He was shaking so much that I thought now all the steps would begin to jump, like a child's xylophone. What would I expect from him? But if the process of this pile of muscles I immediately rushed into battle, it could at least be strange. Above something else flashed. On the second floor, right next to the last step, was laying an axe. Thanks. She didn't say anything, but I could feel her smile tighten, and the corners of my lips suddenly turned into snakes that wrapped around my neck and turned into a loop. But before she caught my throat, and before jumping into the void, I was able to overcome uncertainty and fear. It was not the first time. But who said that it's easy to kill a monster? Whoever said that was easy to kill? Should I take over?
I got it. I clearly remembered me standing in the middle of the glass shards in the mental hospital, Rhines Milled, when the first ghost appeared. It was a girl. She looked at me with her faded eyes and called me into her world, but I didn't go. I poked a loaded revolver in the object that was her bind to our world, a piggy bank, which was in her hands, and fired. It was easy, only a moment, but it seemed to last forever. It seemed that I drowned in the abyss of her dead eyes. I have fallen into her dead brain and got lost in a labyrinth of convolutions. All these thoughts whizzed through my head. My instincts were quicker than my doubt, and almost instantly, in order not to change my mind, I rushed to the axe and then went down to Martin. Shoot the legs until you...
Oh.
I figured you were getting bored of reading. My bad.
No, my throat's starting to get to me, and also it's just a lot of dialogue in between actual dialogue.
There's a lot. If we have to stop and take a break, we can.
It's just, I needed Shy to also pick up because a lot of the words were starting to trip me up.
How's this? I'll be narrator, too.
Okay.
Because I know big words.
Yeah. Shoot the legs until you break them.
It sounded at least like an order from the commander, and probably more because of how it did sound, rather than actual logic. So, the guy did. A swarm of metal spheres flew from the muzzle. The shot struck the bottom of her leg. One of the balls was stuck in the patella. At the same time, it was in my head. And 2 more balls were embedded in the bone. The rest fell behind the creature. A few more shots were fired, but the bone didn't want to break. I already wanted to say, "What the hell, man? Just give me a gun!" But I only had to break the locket by all means, while pretending that I had chopped off the creature's head. How difficult is it? Damn it! I swore to myself that if this asshole doesn't bother to fight off a dead stinker's leg, I'll cut it to pieces. But he could not do it with 2 more shots. I was ready to admit that he did not shoot all the bullets, but with their shadows, or even ghosts, and maybe just missed? In general, when my patience began to shorten, forcing me to slaughter a bastard, a miracle happened. Finally, I heard a long-awaited crack. The bone crunched, and pulling the scraps of meat behind it, began to bow to the floor. The bullet, which overgrew with bones, body, and strength, became real and punched the damn bone of the battering ram, destroyed the tower of the citadel, and the monster fell. Okay. You good?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Hang on a second.